We showed you this last hour. Looks like candy, but it's actually fentanyl, rainbow fentanyl. Looks like candy. Congresswoman Kat Cammack, Republican from Florida, joins me now. Congresswoman, look, I can't imagine a single parent in this country looking at that and not being scared to death. What say you?
Well, absolutely, Stu. You're 100% right. You know, as the wife of a first responder, my husband, Matt, is a paramedic, a firefighter, and a SWAT medic. And he goes to calls every single time he is on shift where they are dealing with overdoses. And we have seen kids that are overdosing on what they think they're taking a Xanax or something else, and it turns out to be fentanyl. Just 2 nights ago, I had a mom in my office in Gainesville, Florida, who lost her daughter, Mackenzie, who was 28 years old. She thought she got a Xanax from a coworker. It turned out to be fentanyl, and she died from that tragic overdose.
Good Lord.
This is happening as a direct result of the open border policies that the Biden regime is pushing. And we know that to be a fact because in my own district, my own sheriffs are telling me they're finding bricks of fentanyl with the stamps of border cartels on them. They're finding pill presses for these cartel members and gangs to make these fentanyl bricks turn into pills that are looking like other types of prescription medication. It is a real threat.
I'm sorry to jump in on this, but you don't know how many times we've had people on this program, people in authority, know what's going on, have told us about fentanyl deaths by the hundreds of thousands, for heaven's sake, and nothing is done. That's what I don't understand. I can't understand why nothing is done when fentanyl is killing 100,000 young Americans.
Stu, this is wild. We in the House of Representatives, the Republicans, have put forward legislation over and over and over again. We had a bill called the Stop Fentanyl Act, and Nancy Pelosi refused to allow us to debate it and vote on it. They are prohibiting the Congress from taking action on this issue that is impacting every single community in the country. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely wild. And, you know, I'm right now, as we speak, I'm in Lake City, Florida. I just left a meeting with about 25 wardens of prisons. Their issue that they wanted to talk to me about is drones that are being flown over our prison systems, dropping fentanyl, which is causing a tremendous issue and crisis within the prison systems because all of our correctional officers who are responding to the overdoses in the prisons, they are getting secondary contact with fentanyl, which is putting them in danger. This is a true public health crisis that we've got to address.
Which institution, which state organization is supposed to take care of this? I mean, is it Border Patrol? Is it the FBI? Who is it? Which authority is supposed to get involved in this and stop it?
You know, that's the thing that I question. HHS Director Xavier Becerra, he has taken no action whatsoever to address the ongoing.
You never see this guy.
You never see him. He's a ghost. And you see every other secretary out there, at least they deliver a talking point in a line that we can then, of course, say, you know, that's not actually factual, but he never shows up. And that's the thing. The Democrats claim to care about what's going on. They have to show up if they even want to begin to pretend like they care. And you've got kids dying. #1 cause of death in this country between 18 and 45. It's fentanyl. It's not climate change. It's not COVID. It's fentanyl. This is a true crisis that we have to address. And we need Nancy Pelosi to actually get out of the way so we can pass legislation that will stem the flow from the border, but then address the demand here in our country locally.
You know, you probably have to wait until there's a change of control in the House of Representatives. And I think you'd agree with that, right? You can't do anything until after November. And then you've got to win the House back, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Not just the House. We've got to take the Senate, too. It's going to be a battle for both chambers, but we have to have both if we're going to pass meaningful legislation that is going to actually address this critical issue, like I said, that's killing our kids, it's killing our communities. Have to have both chambers. We've got to get people out to vote.
Congresswoman Kat Cammack, Republican, Florida, please come back and see us really soon because we all believe, like you do, that this is just a dreadful issue. Want something done. Kat Cammack, everyone. Thanks very much.